Radiant team ban. TNC Predators turn to ban. Seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. TNC Predators turn. Radiant team pick. TNC Predators turn to pick. Radiant team ban. Templar Assassin. TNC Predators turn Radiant to ban. Team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban. TNC Predators turn to pick. Radiant team pick.
Keeper of the Light.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn.
Blackwork.
Radiant team pick.
Bristleback.
Radiant team ban.
Legion Commander.
Ten seconds remaining.
They need a way to start the fight. They need a way to
5
deal with illusions.
seconds remaining.
They need more magical damage because two of their cores are just dealing physical damage right now, and I think the brew is the best that they can get at this stage, right? Is there anything else?
I can't really imagine any other offlane here that you pick here. That's why I was thinking maybe you sort of throw a curveball and put the Bristleback in the offlane. But yeah, I agree with you when you say the Reckoning's draft can get really, really scary, especially once they get a really good start. Maybe you get those really good duel
Radiant
victories
team
for the Legion Commander. You get the TB to be able to have a lot of space to do a lot. But with TNC, right, this is either going to be a stomp because the TA is going to, get so rich to the point where he hits that timing, along with the Bristleback being able to front and just, take towers down, take Roche and just finish the game basically. But if TNC,
10 seconds
if these lanes go really crazy and not so good in the beginning, it could get really, really scary,
5
definitely for
seconds
TNC. But I still agree with you when you say the TNC are definitely playing at a higher frequency. So I still think TNC are gonna win this.
All right, two
Here's
TNCs.
what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. TNC
and then the Brewmaster goes for an early earn, like first item earn, and then they just magic burst damage everything in there.
We'll see. We'll see if that will be the case. As now we're gonna be passing it over to the casters. It's a Lyrical and Gods for game number 1. Please take it away.
Thank you so much, and yes, indeed, we're here ready. A reckoning with TNC, Gods. I worked really hard on that, by the way. Can't wait for this game. That's right. We're ready to go on this one, though, and see the Brewmaster again get picked. Hearing some calls for the urn, we'll see if he ends up going for it. But just generally speaking, kind of a cool hero against the Terrorblade.
Yeah, I think Brewmaster used to be that old school counter to the illusions. With the Dispel, you can kind of delete them. I think the damage on's been nerfed a bit, so it doesn't quite kill illusions how it used to. But overall, I like what TNC have done. But I think this TB pick can be really good because it does kind of negate that heavy physical damage coming out of the TA and the Bristle. And Brewmaster not...
Choose your hero. Prepare for battle.
Try harder.
seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Got it. If it was first blood, I'm barely a touch.
Dire's courier has been killed. Dire's structures are fortified.
Jackpot! Gold for my tower.
Radiant's courier
That's
has
for
been
me.
killed.
Finders keepers.
Much appreciated. Boom! To the man, boom!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Silence! Interesting.
Radiant are scanning.
Gather round. Silence!
Back some snow on it. You've been fine.
Most welcome.
Try harder.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
I insist.
Stay near. May you ride on nether suckers. Puck out.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. And so, from mine. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We should spar when this.
This will do nicely. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Free up me, rival split! I have failed in my quest.
Get up if you can. Stay near.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's instant.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Fight bad.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It is no great matter.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Rack it on! You fought with such determination.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Invisibility!
A prize
This will do nicely.
Greetings!
Dire are scanning.
Incoming!
Not what you expected?
There it goes. Science!
My armor rusts. My blades and my mind are as one. Your song has fallen to the radiant. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Here I am!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Illusion!
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Monster kill!
Mysteries.
I'm mechanically reclined.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A prize.
That's for me.
Silence.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Fight the money. Death to all betrayers.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Regeneration. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Here you go. Trouble's over.
Sound set. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Look out! Behold!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Look out!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Behold!
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Greetings!
Stunning.
Has been killed. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Go for my time.
Not gonna happen. My traps fail. Violator.
Illusion.
Your death was a secret I could no longer hide. Your Shaman has charged into the dark.
Gather round, sight. Interesting.
Among the hidden ones. Dire are scanning.
When you get to hell.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Silence.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Swiftly to the temple's defense.
I underestimated it. It will not happen again.
Ready for a comeback. Oh, Alderman records.
Is that my blood coming in? Fair execution.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Boom! There it goes.
It's a mega. Of another cease.
A chink in my armor.
By my horns. You're not
Dire are scanning.
Interesting. Behold! Silence!
to hell with me.
Will you not rise in my presence? Here I am! You might wish to retract your last move.
Jackpot.
I will split.
Look out! Behold!
Double damage. Yeah, proper thrashing.
Silence!
Incoming.
Roshan has fallen to the dark. Secret forever.
Homing in.
Dire are scanning.
And it's up.
You must Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. TNC Predator. Victory.
Other teams this year. Yung masasabi ko ngayon sa mga Southeast Asian team, marami nang malakas na hindi tulad dati na parang easy-easy lang.
Can you give us your message to your fans and to your followers?
Ayun nga, maraming salamat sa mga patuloy na sumusuporta kahit maraming ups and downs ngayon. Nandiyan pa rin kayo para sa amin. At babawi kami sa inyo.
You did say that you kind of favored a little bit the draft of Reckoning. You kind of feel that it has a way to. I think Nathan also agreed with you. But is this what you expected that will happen? Like the outclass per se of TNC against Reckoning Esports in that particular game?
So I think Nathan and I were in agreement. If you gave this sort of draft and the same kind of start, right? Reckoning they had a good start and then they had that really bloodthirsty midway. If you gave that to any other sort of, like, let's say, first division E or maybe, they would have made TNC bleed, right? They would have transitioned that laning stage, punishing the bristleback, the multiple deaths, into stealing the stacks, into playing and occupying their jungle more efficiently, and it might have been a bit too much for it to come back from, but. I think TNC played well. They drafted well towards the end.
Gabby, how to kill a Legion
they played to their win condition, right? They just stacked from now until eternity, and they were able to climb back out of a death.
Yeah, I think for me, definitely the draft was good, but I'm not going to say that the execution was poor. I feel like they just crumbled under the pressure that TNC sort of put them under. It's easy to say that the execution was poor, but yeah, I get the class difference definitely between the teams. You can definitely see it. I mean, we saw the TNC lanes being punished. I like the little the drag that Tusk did to be able to remove the BB and or the bristleback and the cuddle strength in the lane when they're together. But yeah, I feel like we were talking about this earlier as well, Pao, where the tower at the safe lane for TNC went down really quickly, but I feel like maybe they should have just gone for the mid tower instead of the safe lane tower, just so that they could open up the map, and the triangle as well, because the triangle is just so important on the dire side, especially when you have heroes like TA and Bristleback that can take a huge advantage of those stacks and whatnot. But yeah, I think something that we saw in the major as well was some teams just identifying that being able to take the tier 1 tower mid was just had such a bigger or more drastic effect on the game. Maybe they realized it with the heroes like Death Prophet, it kind of opened up new ideas. But yeah, instead of the usual trade of the early tier 1 tower of safe lane for both sides, I feel like maybe they should have just gone mid, because since Reckoning went for the top tier 1 tower, TNC were like, okay, thanks for playing top instead of playing near our triangle. We had so much space instead of that, the pressure that was coming through to us. But it was just a game where I think Reckoning did have a few chances, but
yeah,
at the end of the day.
I also felt like in some of these matches, like just watching them again, like, you felt like Reckoning, they understand the gravity of who they're facing, right? And for what it's worth, I would say, you know, this team, they definitely have
did a good job.
They did a good job drafting the circumstances for but at the same time, I feel like in some of these engagements they had like math, right? I think God mentioned towards the end of the game where they kind of staged a short comeback, cutting down the double-digit lead back down to, you know, manageable numbers, getting that Divine Rapier. But, you know, from there, with a Divine Rapier, now you just need an Aegis. But half of the team wanted to stay in the triangle. The other half of the team were too far back, trying to, I guess, maybe deciding maybe they should just hold high ground, and they ended up losing their advantage, or at least their comeback mechanics, because they had different plans altogether. And there was another engagement in the mid lane as well, where they just didn't have the target priority, which is another sort of symptom, right? That one guy has an idea. It's like, I can imagine the communications, right? I got this guy. No, I got this guy. So you do that against a team like TNC, and they're gonna focus and burst you down. You give TNC an inch, they'll take a mile.
I agree.
I feel like it's a great learning game for Reckoning. Sad that this means elimination, but you know, they can take that sort of lesson.
And what I also feel about Reckoning Esports, and I guess we cursed them by casting their games when they were drafting. It kind of feels like they have a set plan, and sometimes you get so dedicated to your set plan that you don't really care so much about your opponent's plans against you. Like, for example, this Terrorblade, they look like they are a team that really mastered how a Terrorblade rotation would look like. But as we've said, it looks like it's so textbook that a team like TNC can see through it. And not only that, I think they also disrespected the natural, I would say, answers of TNC's heroes against the Terrorblade. And all I'm saying is the Lion first picked by TNC, but they still are stubborn enough to pick up the Terrorblade. And you know what? The 2 times that we saw them draft in the broadcast was a Terrorblade into a Lion draft. So I guess that the sample size is enough for us to tell that they are indeed they are prepared, but they are quite stubborn at it, right?
I'd say,
but then again, that's Reckoning, and TNC is a team that's known, like you said, to take make a mile out of an inch. They will be moving on into the lower bracket. And thank you so much for Reckoning for their performance here in the Ace Super League 2021. Nathan and Pao, I know that you have some good comments on the players, their insights, as we are actually going to be awarding Intel MVPs throughout the tournament. All right. If you, as a fan, will have a vote, or you can really participate into voting for that one by voting for us. But then again, gonna have to move on to our second series for the day. It's Obinian. So, with Natsumi, Yopatch, Devil 2000, aka Scam, Play Hard, and Janual. Is there anything else that we have not been talking about this team? We've already talked about so much about their squad. Perhaps a little bit about Janual. We have not been highlighting this guy, but he's been around in the region. What can you say about this guy?
This guy just absolutely understands what it means to be a 5, right? That's why he can play a lot of different heroes in the 5. He just needs to know, okay, I'm a 5. If I'm an aggressive type of hero, I'm gonna box them out. If not, I'm gonna do my stacks. He can play literally almost anything just so that they don't get ultra countered. So he's actually what I would say, if Japoy is the flashy sort of headliner, like this guy is probably like the other face, you know. Like if General's New York, this guy's Chicago. You know, he's quietly there, trying to make sure that everything's working together. He's the other face of the franchise.
And I feel as well that this squad really fits him really well, because way back when I used to watch Neon, when Scam wasn't in the team yet, Natsumi wasn't in the team yet, Playhard was actually the captain. You know, he was the one who was I think drafting, if I'm not mistaken, but definitely making the shot calls. And you usually look for the 5 to be able to make those calls. So yeah, I think with Januel, I don't know whether or not he's got the shot calling skill under his belt, but you know, now with Skem in the team as a position 5, that you don't really have much of the time to be able to focus on what you want to do. You definitely have the space to be able to do what you want to do, you know, which I guess just embodies the fact that what Pao said earlier. He knows what he wants to do, and he gets to do it just because of the fact that he doesn't have to think too much about anything else.
Boom Esports, a team that will be challenging OB Neon in this upper bracket finals. It's Kezkut, FBZ, Mikoto, Hyde, and Dreamocell. Much have been said about Dreamocell, especially when we first talked about this team in the previous days. We have not been talking about FBZ and Hyde, which I would say are the highlight players, at least in day number 2 of the Asia Premier League 2021 Grand Final. Is there anything that we want to say about FBZ and Hyde and how important their performance is for the team, Pao?
Don't give them Pangolier. I think Pangolier for both teams. I think Pangolier is such a high impact hero that I just don't want. I think both of them would respect that fact, and I just want to see them do more. And Hyde, I think Hyde is also such a wonderful Lion player. We saw yesterday that he was basically a Tide Hunter at some point because he was hitting 5 people with his spells. So yeah, I think FBZ and Hyde are definitely really, really solid. Natsumi's lane is going to be it's going to be a challenge, I would say, but I think they really, really shine as they get into that mid-game fight if they have these heroes.
Well, for me, for me, actually, what's going to stand out here is really just going to be down to the mid lane. Mikoto and Japoi are just going to be. It's going to be a huge matchup between these two guys, just because of the fact that, Boom, they really look like a team that they really look like a team that can win games when Mikoto has a really good game, and it's sort of the same with Neon. Japoi or Yopaj, sorry, more known to other people. They get to be able to make those plays to win those games off of the back of Japoi's plays, but Neon, Boom, here we go. The draft is up. Puck on Boom, and Neon will take
Neon allowed that to go through, knowing that Boom isn't the first pick. So I feel like Neon here, they're going.
Have a plan?
We have a plan against this guy, and it looks like their answer is an Earth Spirit first pick.
Yeah. In many ways, I like the Earth Spirit against the Puck because of the fact that you don't really target your stuns and your control and your silences as the Earth Spirit, so kind of really have not really an easy time, but a workable timing against the Puck if you want to catch him. Plus, it kind of forces the Puck to really use the phase shift early on or the Winning Rift as compared to other heroes. And the Lion goes also, but NP against this Phoenix. You know what? For the players of OB Neon, I always have been amazed about their NP even before they were part of Neon, right? Because I think NPs, even before NP was cool, they were already playing it and making it
That's
good.
true.
5 seconds remaining.
I kind of really like this opener for OB Neon because they're basically sending a message to Boom, right? Our mid laner is going to just have an even matchup with your Puck, but we are going to draft heroes that will murder your Puck through rotations. So the Yard Spirit with Nature's Prophet able to teleport anytime he wants to contribute to a fight. This is going to make getting out of the laning stage to be a side lane threat for this Puck going to be really, really hard, and it might even force Boom off of a core Puck kind of idea. So I like this. I like this sort of direction from OB Neon's opening. They're willing to give up the Puck just because they know that they can shut it down, which is a way of sort of showing us that they have such mastery.
Mastery is definitely in there for OB Neon. They'll be banning out both the Mars as well as the Timbersaw, to the most contested offlaners that we are seeing from Phoenix. They also have good combo with both the Puck as well as the Phoenix. So it just makes a lot of sense. Monkey King Oracle from Boom Esports. Are we looking for a troll or a pickup for Boom as what their pants are kind of tailored against it?
Maybe, I don't know. I was actually thinking about, I was spacing out thinking about the Pangolier because I saw the Bloodseeker ban and I was just like, which team is going to get this?
They're open.
I was actually hoping that Neon was going to take Pangolier's second pick, just so that they can ban the Bloodseeker afterwards. But again, I'm fine with the Nature's Prophet pick. It's just, we hype the Pangolier up so much that sort of maybe slightly disappointed that I didn't see it in the first place, but we're definitely going to see it. Oh, the ban. Yep.
It's not going to get through against Neon and sort of understands right.
Oh my god.
Troll Warlord is, I really like this pick. Again, Ubi Neon, their plan is laning stage, you're not going to get out alive. You're going to get out alive, but again, boom, they can pick up a counter here. They have 2 picks for it. You're going to see who picks up Neon first. And they're going to be able to pick up a Razor or something else to counter out this Troll Warlord.
You know what's weird? I kind of feel weird is that Obinion are really happy with what happened with the second phase bans. It kind of feels like they had 2 extended bans, right? Because they will be the ones to first pick in the second phase, and they picked the Troll after getting the ban on the Oracle and the Monkey King. Boom Esports, they kind of looked like they were the team that would be getting it. And then they ban out the Pangolier after the Bloodseeker, which kind of makes it so that Boom Esports, whatever they were setting up for the bans in phase number 2 was already out. And unfortunately, they kind of gave 3 bans to OP Neon. That's what I feel like. This is such an interesting draft that happened between OP Neon as well as Boom Esports. Then again, there are plenty more other counters to the Troll Warlord. And I mentioned about Razor to be picked up. And there's the Elder Titan.
10 seconds remaining.
Elder Titan's all right here. He amplifies so much damage. And
5 seconds remaining.
Sort of keep the Troll Warlord in check. I mean, OB Neon, they also banned out the Pangolier just because it's also
10 seconds remaining.
Sort of a counter to
team
the Troll, just because you have Lucky Shot.
5 seconds remaining.
Kite around and make them waste the Simon's Bolt. I feel like either team also pick up like a Wind Ranger. I feel like Boom, they had such a great Wind Ranger game yesterday that they might be able to pick it up here as their last
10
pick.
seconds remaining.
If OB Neon have anything to say about it.
5 seconds remaining.
So I'm just thinking whether or not because Neon now has to decide whether or not this Earth Spirit is going to go mid, or if he's going to be positioned for. I've seen sometimes Neon sort of just leaving Junwell's hero all the way up to the 5th pick, because I think they're just afraid of having all their heroes banned out kind of in the first
10 seconds
picks that Neon has. But they decide, I guess, to put the Void Spirit in the mid and probably just have a good old position for Earth Spirit, which means, again, that we're looking for position 5 for Neon.
10 seconds remaining.
And likely is, like we said, right? It's going to be just a 50-50 matchup just because they already have the tools to make this Fox life hard. They're going to pick up a Tide Hunter.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Tide just because you understand that Neon's going to ban it out because, again, you're running out of all-flaners. You know? Alchemist is gone as an all-flaner, Mars is gone, Pangolier is gone, Timbersaw's gone, so what are you really left with, you know? Are you going to go for a Batrider? It's okay, but if you pick it now, they give a chance to counter it, whatnot. Interesting that the Razor wasn't picked up actually by Boom, but maybe they just didn't want to be restricted because there are times, right, when you pick up a Razor a bit too early and then your opponents just, they get to react and then the Razor doesn't feel so good anymore. So I guess for Boom, sort of just realizing that they're running out of all-flaners, let's just pick up the Tide Hunter just because it's a good hero that can help defend the Supernova, you know, because they got a lot of control on the side of Boom Esports. What now I'm looking for actually is damage. I don't think they're going to run an ET carry here. So it's probably going to be a carry hero.
They're actually lacking physical damage, right? Like that is the one thing that they don't have right now. And to me, that's sort of a kind of a problem. That might be a problem if OB Neon sort of get that early lead, just because an early PKB kind of ruins their plan. And another thing is that
10 seconds
some of their
remaining.
control aren't reliable, right? Like they're not that reliable versus
5 seconds remaining.
Not an Earth Spirit and a Void Spirit. They can commit the coil just to catch one of
Radiant
them.
team back.
They're going to have to really outplay OB Neon to get both of them, just because of so much utility. And
how about a Sven for Boom Esports? Is that a good way to kind of look at it? Like,
it's okay, I guess. I mean, you play pretty okay versus a Nature's Prophet. It's kind of weird, especially versus a Nature's Prophet. I expect the Nature's Prophet to go
5 seconds
off lane, by the
remaining.
way, just because Skem is so good at the hero.
and now that he's playing offlane as well. But
Radiant
I was thinking about a
team
Morphling, but with a Morphling, it's a bit too slow, especially versus how Neon kind of likes to
Dire
play the game.
team
It's a really nice band with the Medusa, just where they kind of wants to drag the game out, play against the opponents. You just pop your ulti whenever the battle trance comes up. With the Weaver, though, they can maybe match the aggression that Neon can come up with, actually, because the Weaver, yeah, I mean, he can farm, but he fights really well. And the way that you can maneuver yourself around the team fights, especially when you have so much control, this Weaver is going to be able to weave in and out of the team fight and be able to go up against whatever the last pick is here for Neon. But with a Weaver, you usually like eating the position fights of the opponents. At least now with Neon, maybe they pick up some kind of tanky fight just to be able to
They still need control though, I think, for Neon's side. I really love this. I really love this Weaver pick though. This Weaver pick sort of tells you the Boom Esports are kind of ready. Once they hit their ultimate timings, we're gonna fight. Like that's just going to be you don't really pick a Weaver to try and scale him into the late game. You pick him to murder other people. And I actually really like the Weaver against Nature's Prophet. So
range advantage and movement. I also would like to take note that Nathan
Radiant
intends
team
his punch.
pick.
I love it. He's a brave man.
he does. He intends his punch because he's not a
I love it. That is admirable for sure.
the dad jokes coming in. Yikers. Now, I'm sort of just thinking about maybe an Ogre, maybe even a Silence.
10 seconds remaining.
Ranger. Are we looking at a 5 NP this time?
5 seconds remaining.
Could be still a mid.
I'm actually not sure, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
position 5, Nature's Prophet, we just don't see enough recently for it to be, because I don't know if it's strong or not. It kind of depends on what the opponents have, but
it's okay against High Dancer.
Or is it
Just because you're ranged and you can just sort of use your Blightstone.
Man, you know what sucks about drafting against Neon? You just all of these heroes basically, except for maybe the troll Japoy play. You got the Wind Ranger Japoy, you got the Voice Spirit Japoy, you got the Nature's Prophet mid Japoy. You can play the Earth Spirit, so it's so hard. I think Boom right now are just like Wind Ranger. Wait, hold on. I thought we were looking for position 5, so I honestly don't know what Neon's gonna put out here. I cannot read it. I don't know. I mean, if Boom can't scream, what more can I say? But
the other thing that's sort of frustrating is that Januel can just play Troll 5 and just completely troll everyone, right?
So
I mean, I love it. I want to see what's going on. But as a hero, you have a Wind Ranger, so you have a way to kill the egg even faster for their side. There's not really a big way to protect the egg once you've committed your ultimate, right?
Yeah.
And
I won't even ask you to predict anymore, guys. Let's just enjoy this game and
I love
pass
that
it over.
because I was about to say that I just want to watch how this game is going to play out because
it's gonna be fun.
This is how Neon,
this
is how Neon has made me feel also. Like,
all right, let's throw it down
5
to
seconds
Lyrical
remaining.
and Guts and see what they think about this draft.
Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. It is a Neon draft, if we've ever seen one. They're going to zig when you think that they're going to zag, and then they come out at the end. It's actually a little bit less complicated than we thought. Gods, welcome again. Upper bracket finals. Boom facing off against Neon, and it's going to be a Natsumi Troll to answer all the questions that are going on out there.
Yeah, we get to piece things together a bit. Support Nature's Prophet after seeing so much core Nature's Prophet from Neon at the major. I think the expectation was when they pick it, okay, it's going to be at least an offlane or maybe even a safe lane carry, but they switch it up, perhaps catching Boom a bit by surprise. And we'll see what Boom have as far as their team goes. It looks very teamfight heavy. Tidehunter, ET, Phoenix, Puck. You can lock people in that Supernova, but they're going to be very reliant on these long cooldowns.
And that's something you can definitely take advantage of when you have this, Wind Ranger, not that many cooldowns need to play around once you get to the higher levels of Focus Fire, maybe Magnetize to some extent, but it's just kind of a keep going lineup. I feel like that's what I always get when you have a troll playing in the carry position.
Yeah, and that is so good for, I think, Neon's playstyle in general. They were at their best in a major when they were running these, Nature's Prophet cores, Leshraks, heroes that don't have a ulti cooldown that they're relying on. So I like the picks in the draft from them, but at the same time, I think Boom have a good draft themselves. This is, the upper bracket finals, and I think we're seeing some of the best drafting. Two of the strongest teams here. TNC, unfortunately, so far have looked a little disappointing, but they're still in the top 3, so whoever loses this will drop down to play TNC. This top 3 is brutal.
5 seconds remaining.
And I think that, if people were to ask at the beginning, this would probably be the teams that we would have expected to be here. Maybe not in this order necessarily, depending upon which fans you're asking. Surely nobody's ever been known to be biased before, but regardless, it's going to be an exciting last little bit to this tournament here, and starting it all off again, upper bracket finals, Makoto facing off against the Opaz in the mid, down bottom, a lot of pressure going on there.
Yeah, a lot of harass back and forth. Troll early on level 1 with a Nature's Prophet who has that, minus armor, or they're just looking to zone people away. Not just zone, but get kills here. 1 or 2 more right clicks. Natsumi has the nuke and
hiding. He's trying to hide. No, the juke. He went the other way. Oh my god. He's actually able to get out of there. Hide. TP's out. Oh, he needs 2 hits. Oh my goodness. Natsumi with the quick fingers on the axis.
That was close.
Yeah.
Because denied Troll a first blood, that would have been huge, but Troll sniffed him out, found him in the trees. Good job from this Neon Jewel lane. Troll with Nature's Prophet seems very scary to play into, especially with a support like
Wind Ranger at your
Phoenix. It
service.
doesn't seem like Phoenix is not good until like level 3. Level 1 Fire Spirits just don't do a whole lot in lane, so it does feel like Boom are going to have a rough time down bottom early on.
Right, and then the other thing that you've got with this is Manuel kind of just playing courier here. Brings out the blades of attack and the quelling blade for Natsumi, so he's going to be able to take what was already a good laning stage and actually accentuate it with these extra items. Very nice.
Yeah, that's so true. And we'll see if the answer for Boom is going to maybe come from some of these other lanes. So far, Makoto and Yopaj juking down this mid lane.
I don't think so.
Prepare for battle. "30 seconds to battle.
This pleases me to no end.
The battle begins.
Come to me.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
First blood. First blood. Last word. I got it all. Better you run and hide. A small adjustment. I need no allies. Oh.
Son, behold!
Your victory is impermanent.
Short-lived creatures.
An anchor around my neck. New life will make its home amongst your bones.
Look out!
Well, well. With me.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Come back and die again.
A golden plate.
You die well, but
Dire's top tower is under attack.
D9.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Stay near.
approach you. Vanished to the void.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Twice the strength.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Can't see the forest.
That was most welcome.
Denied! The seeds of fortune. Dinner.
Dire are scanning.
Pull roots and rods set in stone. My prophet. Power attracts its own kind.
Will you not rise in my presence?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Heavy hitter.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Let the sharks have my flesh.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Denied.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Regeneration!
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Set in stone.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I trust my soul Stay near! May you ride on nether zephyrs. Silence!
The spirit is willing. The flesh is weak. My life ends.
Did you guys see that?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Novel.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The journey ahead.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Another stabbing.
Dire are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Regeneration!
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Pull roots and run!
What is this nature you speak of?
Cannot maintain.
Radiant are scanning.
Vanished. Sit. I will rise next season.
What ingratitude!
Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire are scanning.
Silence!
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The seeds of fortune.
Well, it was kind of expected.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yes, well, your death has consequence.
Dire's turret has been killed.
Behold! Tia! Behold! Silence!
Roots and run.
You've been spoiled.
Blast above the side. Vortex rage.
My timeline snaps.
Your song has fallen to the Radiant. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Haste! A prize!
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
If you were falling into the void.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The seeds of fortune.
fortified.
Autumn comes too soon. This only delays.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Vanishing winds.
Dire are scanning.
This pleases me to no end.
Taken before my time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bounty.
For my armor.
Bounty.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Your cause meets my effect.
I wouldn't mind never seeing another one of those ever again. Shackles!
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
That was good of you.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire are scanning.
Behold!
Radiant structures are fortified.
Shatter the earth. My path. This is
Parting the mesh.
Recognize your limits.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
A prize!
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
the seeds of fortune.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Agents of the Void.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
You're still alive. I'd still be shooting.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
You're not going anywhere.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant victory.
I think yung favorite RPG character ko, si Alucard sa Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Wall Lionheart, Final Fantasy 8. Normally, pag naglalaro ako, it's always either milk tea or iced coffee para you get the sugar. One of the meanest tweet na narinig sa amin is squatter kami, kantok gaming yung casting namin, tsaka wala kaming class. To be honest, it's quite true. But that's where the fun factor comes in. It's our style So, if they see us na parang squatter, parang squammy, it's not our problem anymore because at the end of the day, mas marami na mga kaming fans kaysa sa haters. So, I still think we're still doing a great job. My favorite item is yung Predator X 34 curve monitor. Kasi nakakabaliw siya in terms of gaming. Kasi kuha niya na yung peripheral vision mo So the 34-inch will actually give you a very high level of gaming. Very happy that Predator has recognized someone from the ground up, someone from the start of the scenes that actually has contributed to a lot of things now. As you can see now, we've seen a lot of influencers, gaming teams, gaming organizations. 10 years ago, that was just merely a dream sa Pilipinas. And I'm very happy that I was acknowledged to be part of it.
Very long stomp. Even when it was a one-sided affair, it still went long. We kind of feel that all the way through was Obinion in control. My name is Wolf, your panel host with Pao and Nate, and pretty soon we're gonna be tackling that best of one upper bracket finals between Obinion and Boom Esports. But yeah, I want to ask how you feel about that match. I mean, is this what you expected after that draft coming out? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think we both favored OB Neon to sort of win out in the end. Kind of didn't look very clean from their end. Boom definitely got their hits in, but once OB Neon found their footing, they just didn't let go. So
yeah, there was an early solo kill actually from Mikoto, if I'm not mistaken, on Jaboy in the lane. So I mean that was huge. It sort of delayed Jaboy's timings, or at least the usual timings that Neon wanted to play at. I think that's sort of what I was highlighting during the analysis during the draft as well, or maybe even beforehand during the matchup or the head-to-head. It was really just depending on these two mid laners on how they would be able to carry their teams in the mid game, because the mid game was super important. I mean, all these team fights, all these aggressive goals. I mean, there's so many kills in this game, and yeah, I think it just came down to Neon just being the better team that likes to play their style, if you know what I mean.
It definitely felt like Boom sort of. It was hard too, right? Because the Boom lineup, they had a Weaver carry, so they were also incentivized to fight. But I felt like that was playing into the strength of Neon as a team. As you can see from these games, they were trading kills for kills, but Neon were just a lot more efficient, at least with their farming here.
You can see that there was a time where the efficiency of farming for Neon was so on point that even after losing a fight, they still took over the map just because of the fact that Boom Esports had to commit so much, like buybacks after ultimates, just to commit onto a kill onto the crucial members of Neon Esports. While Boom had a way to kind of deal with the heroes individually, it's just that in a macro scale of things, Neon Esports had the upper hand. It might be because of their own mastery of their heroes, but just them playing or understanding Dota much better than Boom Esports. Yeah, at least that's for me.
Yeah, I think again it's just Neon, the way that they play. The brand of Dota that they play is so uber aggressive. Hyper aggression is just the key to victory in most of these games, if not every game for Neon Esports. And I think it's just Boom sort of having to adjust to the pace or the tempo that Neon want to play. And I mean, look at the heroes that they have on their side. It's all team fight, and it's sort of like the new way of having to play Dota. Honestly, the aggression, the tempo. It's just not like one of those TI2 games, where you look for those Rubik's skills on the Ravages, and you wait on these long cooldowns, and you wait until everything's complete, and then you go team fight. No, it's just the other team just never waits, And I think it's always been a common trend when it comes to Neon when they draft their heroes. It's just they don't really favor these heroes that have long cooldowns, and yeah, I think again it's just Neon out tempoing, out aggressing.
We're looking at their draft, right? It's MP5 and it's Earth Spirit. They don't really depend so much on cooldowns, and those are quite quick. So probably why they are successful. But yeah, Pal, I was to say something.
I was just going to say that in general, when you look at past CIs or past tournaments that have a lot on the line, you would see a lot of lineups that have big skills. But back then, Dota was like, we need a way to sort of win, so we have all these high win buttons. If you land them, they win. But I think as we've seen in the last few years, more and more of the professional level of Dota, they sort of understand down to the very last detail when their heroes are powerful, what they can get away with. And that just sort of breeds the confidence that, hey, we don't need this super long ultimate, we can fight, we can do it. And just to go on this game in particular, I really like the Troll Warlord Maelstrom build. Because if he went Battle Fury, I felt like he couldn't connect with his team and the force he dealt with. But because he went Maelstrom into SNY, if they needed the Troll Warlord to connect with them, Natsumi was always their winner. And that sort of matched the tempo that the Weaver wanted to exert on the game. And so, that's Neon mastery.
When you look back at the draft, and because you talked about the Troll Warrior, that kind of brought me back to the time where I was really harping on the fact that this could be a good Troll Warrior game for Boom Esports, supposedly because of the way that they banned it in the second phase, but also discounting the fact that it was Neon Esports who were first picked in the second phase. So it's an automatic pick on the Troll Warrior to go with the fact that they had extra 2 bans to help their draft. So this is also a part where when you look at Boom Esports, kind of felt like they didn't plan it out so well against Neon Esports, or at least they thought that they planned well, but the execution during the draft isn't that great. I want to also ask, since we've always talked about how difficult it is to draft against Neon, especially when you're from the region, was it also the pressure that Neon Esports exude against Boom Esports that draft? That's why they kind of got what they wanted?
That's a good question. I don't know if it's pressure just because of let's say. I think it really just comes down to me looking at Neon draft. You could see they wanted a Nature's Prophet so that they can dominate the late stage. Where they were gonna put it was up in the air until we saw who picked it. But the moment we saw that, it's a 5. Why? Because, he's just gonna right-click a Tidehunter. Tidehunter can't do anything. They're up against a Phoenix, position 4 in lane. Not gonna do anything until level 3. So then it just sort of clicks in your head that, this guy is really, they're gonna win the lane now. Right? So to me, the Neon sort of game plan is simple in theory, but when it comes to the execution, they can use any heroes as long as it contributes to that plan of winning, killing.
Yeah, and
that's the
again,
pressure.
that just goes to show how versatile. I mean, look, I pointed out in the draft, maybe even potentially Troll, right? Any hero on the side of Neon could have gone mid. So the matchup, I mean, you're kind of thinking, God, basically that you got Puck there, because Puck does pretty well in most matchups, honestly. So it wasn't too much of an issue, I guess, maybe trying to read the lanes, where to put who. So Boom was very, very straightforward when it came to their draft. They tied off lane, got the Weaver last pick, or put him into the carry, we got the Puck going mid. So it was very standard coming up from Boom. But again, if you're playing against Neon Esports, I don't know, I feel like this is going to be the team to beat when it comes into the next season of the DPC.
I hope so. There's a patch, supposedly. Coming out.
That is true.
Tomorrow morning.
Could change things. That's true.
I hope.
We might miss that patch for sure. I mean, when we start maybe or the videos are out. I don't know about you, but I probably will be asleep by that point. I know you guys here are crazy about it, and I'm sure that you set your alarms.
I wish we could play in the hotel. I wish we could.
Why not? Maybe get some of those Helios 300 that they're giving out soon. Yeah,
that would be nice.
We got a chance. That would be nice. But kidding aside, we're going to be setting up for a lot of Dota 2 even more, because we've already settled our Asia Pacific matches for today. The next tournament, the next games for that part of the tournament will be starting tomorrow, and we are going to be transitioning into the Asia region, where we were quite impressed. In fact, I think not even us, even the casters, when they casted the game yesterday, they were so impressed. So far, we saw some highlight plays from our teams, and Pali are kind of excited about this. What are you looking forward to in the Asia region so far after seeing the first set of games?
I want to see more Chen. I want to see a team pick Juggernaut in the second phase to be automatically countered by a Chen army from the council. I'm sure they're not going to get it, but maybe Visage can do it. So who knows? It was just really fun to see like a different hero. You know, in a lot of ways played classically. That Chen yesterday from the council, he had a lot of money.
Yeah,
that was really fun to see.
His greed definitely paid off, right? But I think, I agree as well. It's just refreshing overall, because we didn't even see the hero at the major, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I think just
very refreshing to be able to see a region that is, of course, maybe a bit under the radar, maybe not so well known, and just learning a few things from them is just, honestly, I like it. I love it because it's something different, you know. Of course, the meta sometimes does get stale, and we are very late into the patch, and like you mentioned, it will be happening, I think, probably tomorrow morning. By the end of the morning tomorrow, we'll probably be reading the patch notes and be, you know, full of wows and whatever, is because with a patch, honestly, it's interesting because sometimes with Ice Frog, it could be, I don't know, it's kind of random when it comes to patches. Sometimes it's just, you know, hero nerfs and hero buffs. Sometimes it's a change of with the map, you know. Sometimes all of a sudden, you know, there are bounty runes, there are shards, there are outposts all of a sudden, you know. Roshan is just at a different side of the map. So I hope it's something crazy, just so that, you know, it's very refreshing. But I honestly feel it shouldn't be that big to a point where they'll move Roshan, but maybe a new mechanic, maybe economical change.
I want a new map though. I'm just gonna say that. Like, I want a new map. Just no shrines. That's like the one thing I don't want.
Oh yeah.
Like,
no thanks.
You guys don't make shrines? What? All right. But yeah, I think that we will be looking more onto the teams and the players of the Dota 2 Asia region, which we are all excited about. Well, at least for me, I would love to see. I want to see more, for sure. As this is a brawl, I would say. For IMG and Veteran at a certain point.
Is this the Hustler stack where he made?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a tiny performance, yeah, murdering everyone left, right, and center, and setting the difficulties. Yeah.
Look, honestly, I'm impressed by some of these drafts that we see from the Asia region. Honestly, I mean, we came into this region just not really expecting anything, or not understanding what we could really expect. And again, the Ancient Apparition pick was honestly like one of the perfect picks in my opinion for IMG, but it was for Veteran, sorry, but it was just unfortunately not executed at that level that we expected it to be. And yeah, I mean, it's very refreshing to see these kinds of heroes, because like, AA, I guess, is not really a hero that we get to see much, but yeah, Hustler just being so good, I guess, at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I think like the other thing about that is just the way they play their heroes, right? Like, we're watching this Death Prophet, who had a lot of smaller items in the beginning of the game. You know, he built the blade mail. It was an offlane DP. He built the blade mail. I believe also built the Glimmer King. As opposed to seeing, you know, other regions play it, where you're instantly going into the or another big item, it could be a Green Core or a Neon Disc. So it's just, you know, again, to me it was really refreshing just to see, you know, how the other half does, right? Like, how do these other regions play? And I think yesterday we both mentioned, right? Our expectation is we want to see, you know, great fun Dota matches. That's what we got. I'm happy. Overall, I'm happy.
Especially for the second series, huh? I mean, that one was really crazy, honestly.
It's crazy.
This one is crazy as well.
There's something about watching a region.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. You get to appreciate it.
Yeah, some people, you know, they like watching the highlight videos of the shadow views. But for me, I really like watching the great
Yeah, I wonder what you feel. What's your criteria of having a champ player? Because at least for me, my criteria is to have it's all about macro, right? But at the same time, and to look for the perfect creep for the perfect situation. Like what Cal pointed out, and you also pointed out yesterday when we beat Auras, played wonderfully for that type of match.
I actually have my own Chen Aura story. Yeah, this was around 2019 at DreamHack, and we were in Sweden. I was in Fnatic at the time, and we were practicing, and we got into a scrim against then Liquid, so the Kuroki, who are the team that's now in Najima. And I remember we were in a scrim, and we were winning. We were winning. We were running, some classic lineups at the time. We were Shaman Tide. We were winning until we realized every team fight we went into, we would lose. narrowed. Like they would live at like 10% HP on all 4 or 5 heroes. And we couldn't figure out what was going on until we went to dinner, and then we were talking about the game, and then suddenly, I think it was Ice or it was Jabs who said, "Hey, why was Kuroki bringing smaller creeps?"
Oh no! Don't tell me this is the small centaur.
This was the small centaur. This was at the time when the
no.
small centaur creeps, they had the magic aura
It's
reduction,
stacked.
and it's stacked. So you know, we were at dinner and we were talking about that, and then I remember, you know, when we were done, we walked straight back into the LAN cafe we were practicing at, and we fired up the replay. And we were like, oh, this guy.
I think that was
blew our
patched
mind
almost immediately, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were. I remember it very, very clearly, just because it kind of blew everyone's mind. I think everyone sort of had an appreciation. This is such a cool thing to discover. Even pro players as well, they can appreciate when they play something. I remember it very clearly. That's why in my head, like, man, Chan's looks great.
Yeah. Chan players are great. If you have the vision about it, there was something.
Well, thank you, Wolf.
Sure. But keeping aside, when we talk about Chen, I like the point that I like what they pointed out during the cast where Chen players are more like specialists, right? Because they know and understand this hero, not really. It's the least picked hero all throughout the whole world. It's one of the least picked heroes around the globe. Kind of makes it so that if you pick it up in a professional match, you probably make sure that you are an expert at it, especially when you play it like that. And
kind of like techies, right? Like,
yeah, it is. It is.
Some guy picks up techies,
Visage.
you're quaking in your boots. Like, yeah. Oh man, this guy picked up techies. I'm pretty sure this guy's level 30 on the techies too.
Yeah, and that's one thing, because what we understand about how that game went is that it's just not like a Chen that really just looked wonderful. It actually made impactful plays around the map.
I think the way that he played it as well, you know, he didn't. I mean, he was positioned as a 4, but honestly, he played it like a 1 or maybe even a 3. You know, like the Chen of maybe
33
I would like to say. Yeah, sort of like maybe May or June of last year, where teams were running it as an offlane. I think you called it as a 33 Chen. Was one of the most infamous players, I guess, to do it from the offlane. Skem, of course, from Neon was doing it as well for his team. So yeah, I mean, the way that he just played it, you know, he was just like, team, I have a timing, let me reach it. Once I reach it, let's just start pushing lanes. Let's just start winning team fights, you know. And that's just how he did it. You know, he played it like a core, and the greed, it really just paid off.
Remember back then when Chen was played in soft lane by ISIS, it was around the 2018 era where you just teleport one range group back to base, and it was so hilarious at that point. But those were the olden days. Why don't we take a look at what the teams here in the Asia region will be battling it out for, as we all have 4 of the teams, and the prize pool is $35,000 US. Only 3 will get it, so it's quite big and massive, especially those teams that were able to take a win yesterday. For now, the third place will get $5,000 US. In the lower bracket, that is the minimum prize that they will be fighting for. And then second placers will get $10,000 US. That is the upper bracket finals that we will be talking.
So one team will not be part of the bus.
Basically, yeah. I mean, 4 of them, and you know, with that win in the upper bracket for those 2 teams in IMG and the Council, and they already secured themselves at least 3rd place. That's great.
And of course, this is the format that we're talking about. Grueling one for sure, especially when there's just 4 teams in there. 4 teams playing the double-elimination playoffs. Each round will be best of 1, except for